I want to say all praises and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all our brothers and out there push us through in all sincerity and in all honesty. This is a brother from Jamaica camp. Yashamai.
Ashar.
Iwar.
Support.
I don't want to listen, on the situation will take place, I'm out in Jamaica. We should know, say, the so-called Jamaicans are mainly from which have Benjamin. Right, and scripture say, there is nothing new under the sun. Right, I would say a similar thing, or a similar incident, take place, I'm out in Jamaica. With a young girl out here in Jamaica, and five basically young men, basically, right?
This is article from the Jamaica Gleaner, basically published May 5th, 2021. It says 5 charge in buggery case involving 13-year-old girl. It says the police in St. Anne have charged the 5 persons taken into custody in connection with the case of buggery involving a 13-year-old girl. And it says Deputy Superintendent Linton Bailey, who is in charge of the crime for St. Anne's, told the Gleaner that the accused have been charged with abduction, buggery, and grievous sexual assault, and are to appear in court on Friday. Then, the accused, whose names are being withheld, are 2 16-year-old boy, an 18-year-old, another 20-year-old, and the other is 23-year-old. See? So 2 16, 1 18, 1 20-year-old, and a 23-year-old. Fairly young men them. See?
Right. So this is Ecclesiastes 1 verse 9.
One.
The thing that had been, it is that we shall be.
Go on, the thing that had been, read again.
The thing that had been,
Go on.
it is that we shall be.
Go on.
And that which is done
Go on.
is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
Go on. See, there is no new thing under the sun here. It's a constant cycle, right? Even Richie Spice, some dancer or reggae artists, out in Jamaica, so the world is a cycle. Right now, fast forward to today, you have this incident take place, I'm out in Jamaica. Which, say, as I mentioned, the Benjamites, which are so-called Jamaicans, the West Indians basically, but do the same thing back then. And you have about Shemir shall judge them feet you. Right? You can account whether judges for me.
Yeah, Judges 19 and verse 16. Say, and behold, there came an old man from his work out of the field at evening, and was also of the Mount Ephraim. Right? And he sojourned in Gilead, but the men of the people were Benjamin. And when he had lifted up his eyes and saw a wayfaring man in the streets of the city, and the old man said, Whither thou goest? And whence comest thou? And he said unto him, We are passing from Bethlehem, Judah, towards the side of Mount of Ephraim. From thence I am. And I went to Bethlehem, Judah, but I am now going to the house of the Lord. And there is no man that receiveth me to house. Right? He said, Yet there is both straw and provenders for our horse. Right? And there is bread and wine also for me, and for thine handmaid, and for thy young man, which is with thy servant also is no want of anything. Right? And the old man said, Peace be with thee. However, howsoever, let all thy wants lie upon me. Only lodge not in the street. Right? So he brought him into his house and gave him and gave provenders unto the horses, and they wash their feet
and basically
and they eat and drink.
Basically, I tell him say, lodge in the street because the streets are dangerous, man. Just like even nowadays, you can take it back today. You can go certain place, then and you as a strange man and you stop in the street in a certain place because guess what? You don't get your life get taken from you.
Right.
Zin, we get robbed. Zin. Because even when you see them even rob a simple old man and take his taxi and throw him down in a hole and left him to die. So basically it's a show you the spirit of the from Benjamin for even back then, man. Or them stay.
But then
Yeah.
your people have more love
Yeah.
and more understanding, you know. Good and know.
So basically the sojourner say boy, him have everything, you know.
Can.
So but all him want is a place to really lodge.
Lodge,
You know what I mean? And him say the farmer say basically like you know, no worry, you know, let your wants be upon me. We'll keep you for the night. And
Yeah.
when in Israel, whenever you somebody put you up in a household, them
Can.
solely responsible for it.
Can.
Can.
Which is right, man.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it can go down in the account. So it's verse 21 it says, and he brought him into his house and gave him provenders unto to the horses, and they washed their feet and did eat and drink. Now as they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain son of Bilal, which is about yes men, you know, the same Bilal reading the book of Samuel. You know, it says Samuel sons were sons of Bilal. You know, in yes men. You know. Men who adhere to the laws and statutes of Yahweh. So men sons of Bilal beset the house run about, right, and beat at the door and spark, right, to the master of the house, the old man, saying, bring forth the man that came into the house, that we may know him.
Can. Make I know who will come. They want to know the man. They want to have sex with him.
Can.
And the master of the house went out to them and said unto them, Nay, my brethren, nay, I pray you, do not such wickedly, seeing this man is come into mine house.
Can.
Right? Do not this folly.
Can. Because as I mentioned earlier on, you know, when somebody take you to them house, they're responsible for you. They're responsible basically. Responsible to take care of you. Right? So I say not do that. You see, leave this man alone. And that remind me of the scripture in what happened during the time in Genesis. You know, when they go down, the angel go down Sodom and Gomorrah. Go down Sodom. And they said, to me virgin daughter, yeah? And never want a virgin daughter. Right? One?
Right. And so do not this folly. Verse 24, behold, here is my daughter.
Done.
Right? A maiden.
A virgin. One.
And his concubine. Them will I bring out now.
Run.
And humble ye them.
Humble them. Have sex with them. Right?
And do with them what seemeth good unto you.
God.
But unto them, this man do not such vile thing.
God. So don't do it unto this man.
Right?
Right?
But the men would not hearken unto him. Right? So the men took his concubine.
And this is the point I want to get to. Right? Because as I mentioned, the scripture says what? Not the new one of the son. Right? Benjamin always have a spirit. Hey, some of them go all the same men them back then. You know, during the time of Judges. You know, come back out of this thing. Because you pass about the new one is son. Right?
Them no new.
Right?
Come back in a same spirit, come back in a different flesh.
God.
It's about verse 25. But the men would not hearken unto him.
So they don't listen to the old man.
Right.
Right? Because they want to do what they feel like. Right? One?
So the men took his concubine and brought her forth unto them, and they knew her and abused her all night.
So them have sex, you know, with the man concubine all night. Them as out here in Jamaica and say, battery. They run a battery, they run a train, you know, pan the man concubine all night. Right? Whole night, workings, go on.
All night until the morning.
Done.
And when the day began to spring, they let her go.
Gone.
Right? So then came the woman, right, in the dawning of the day, and fell at the door of the man's house, where the Lord was till it was light.
Gone.
And her Lord rose up in the morning and opened the door of the house and went out to go his way, and behold, the woman, right, his concubine, was falling down at the door of the house, and her hands were upon the threshold.
Gone. On a threshold.
Right.
On us. Just like what they do to the girl in the article I read earlier.
Gone.
Right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And he said unto her, Up, and let us go,
Gone.
let us be going. Right? But none answered. Then the man took her up on a horse, right? Right, and the man rose up and got him onto his place.
Exactly. So this is what happened back then, right? And yeah, a lot of these so-called Jamaicans, yo, them love this thing, yo. You know, back then the more, happen more frequently, type of thing, well, train or battery, but then, harder than now. But because certain things start to happen to certain man, you kind of cut down to certain level. Right, but Benjamin always have his spirit, yo.
And it also mixed with sodomy, yeah?
Yeah, we'll go back to that. So, the girl was assaulted on April 26. The police had reported that she went to stay with her grandmother while her mother went to work. Right? While making her way to the shop, she was accosted and dragged into an unfinished building where she was buggered. Right? The incident was reported to the police days later, and the suspects were subsequently picked up.
Back to the scripture now. Right, because this is what happened, to a young girl out in Jamaica. As I mentioned, Jacob the spirit, from a long time to them. Right, you have another incident to take place with a farmer, you say?
Yeah, a farmer and a 5-year-old little boy. In the same parish also.
Gone.
See? You know, so you come like a spirit. Then at that place where to commit such act, man. 5-year-old youth and a same 20-year-old farmer. See? That farmer is a 20-year-old man, male. See? So basically, hey, and them together to show us, hey, we're there at the end of this place, man. God's scripture basically says wickedness are increasing the polluting the whole work, and the hurtful works are fulfillment. So the scripture will tell us if it wasn't for that remnant, the remnant, we all would have been as Sodom. Yeah.
So Isaiah 1 verse 9. Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant.
Lest the Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies have left unto us a very small remnant.
We should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
So except the Lord left elect. All of basically become like Sodom and Gomorrah. Right? Because only elect, are the one that basically, are all steadfast to the Yahweh Shemir Shai, and are involved in this filth. Right? Because who basically, a partake in these things, this whole, LGBTQ thing and all these things. Them with it, yo. Skipper say, them will do it to get judged, and them will basically in a loop. Romans 1. I think Romans 1 and verse 32. Right?
This is Romans 1.
28 and jump to it. Just 28 and jump to that.
Alright. It says let me start at 25 and let's jump down. This is Romans 1 and verse start at 24. It says wherefore Yahweh also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
To the lust of their own heart, their own mind, them lust you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Basically they won't hearken to the words the words that the prophet's been telling them, say, yo, these things turn away from this wickedness, man. See? Them feast them can go on and do them wickedness and not get judgment feet, man. See?
The scripture also says, Lord, give them over, man.
Give them over, man.
So basically, the Lord put that judgment upon them, the spirit upon them, so them can be judgment. See? So a lot of the act what them create, right? They're going to be justifiable judge for it at the end of the day.
Which is right, man. It says, who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen.
Because a lot of people do right now. They might worship and they might serve the creature more than the creator. You know, serving who? The so-called white man, they might worship. The so-called white man way of life.
Yep.
You know, the image, as scripture
That's
referring to
right, man.
Revelation as the image of the beast, you know, the system, you know, this way of life, you know, where people basically believe in it, you know, and worship. Slave master.
You can say it's one of the things where most accessible to a lot of people. Where them things are upon a mass and this whole pornography industry.
Can.
See? Right? Where them run a lot of trade, a lot of buggery.
Can.
A lot of things, man, it just come like the norm to people now. So people are trying to do the same thing what they must see. Right?
Yeah.
On the videos. Yeah, man.
On these videos.
Come on, to reach that level. You know.
So there is no distinction of what is pornography and what is real life anymore because everything people just an experiment.
So
Everybody want to
Or
try
experiment.
something new, yeah.
Can. That's why the scripture says if the Lord had left a small remnant,
Exactly.
we all would have been as
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Man.
Right.
See? It says, for this cause Yahweh gave them up unto vile affections,
Gone.
for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature,
Gone.
and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman.
What is the natural use of a woman? You know, basically, you know, have sex with a woman and she have basically children.
Bring forth kids, man.
Bring 4 children, right?
Yeah. Say, hey, Esau is all about depopulation, man. So the man want to turn the world now and think where, hey, you know, have no kids are born, all kind of different things. Hey, population, the earth, if you leave this man to run the earth, I got die, man.
Yeah, dead from disease, eh?
Get, see?
Naturally, we even go back to vaginal sex, man.
Can, which is right.
Not any other part of the body, sex.
Yes,
But the one
vaginal
we
sex.
created from
Yeah.
You have woman, as you say, changing the natural use, woman using strap-on now another woman, yeah.
Can, which is, they can go to that too.
Esau.
And them lying with women, as we say, them lying with women. See?
Junkie of Esau, Jew, you know?
Yeah.
Esau philosophy.
Poison.
As scripture say, they put the mouth, the bottle to their mouth to drink.
Can.
So you can look up on their nakedness, right? So I look up how people shame now.
All the earth of junkie.
Kid, of the wine.
Wine.
The so-called white man, wine, so-called white man, way of life.
Can.
Yeah, the earth is mad, yeah.
Yeah, mad, yeah. It says, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman,
Yeah.
burn in their lust,
One
towards another. Men with men working that which is unseemly,
Abomination.
receiving in themselves that recompense of their own error,
Gone.
Yeah, so
which
when
was
them
meat.
when them catch them disease and them thing they from them nastiness, say that
Yeah.
a recompense from them own area.
Can. Them start die from all kind of different sickness.
Ultimately, the judgment.
And the judgment of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yeshua, will bring upon them, man. Then jump to 31. It says, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable and merciful, who knowing the judgment of Yahweh,
Gone.
that they which commit such things are worthy of death.
So them will commit these things, all these things that the scripture mentioned, worthy of death, according to the scripture.
And you say them know, yeah. You
Can.
say them know,
Which
right?
is right,
Because perfect example, Jamaicans, eh? Right?
Yes, it's not them spirit natural.
Yeah,
man.
we usually do a whole heap of song, no boogery, eh?
No,
Right,
this man.
boogery man
Which is right.
dead and then thing there.
Yeah.
And now look
And
where we
Jake,
are.
it naturally in a Jake spirit when them do certain things, them know say this wrong, man. And I like Esau, see? Where everything feel good to him when he do it. See? It naturally in a Jake spirit when they do something and you know say this unlawful, it wicked, see? Your conscience naturally kill you. See?
Bother you.
You know say it not right there, yeah, your conscience bother you, as you say act. See? It says, who knowing the judgment of Yahweh, that they which commit such things are worthy of death,
Can.
according to the New Testament. Because some of you like would say, boy, old time days, something like this.
Old Testament. Tell you
Laws
that Old
done-
Testament.
Laws done away with. See? Yes, this is the New Testament saying this, man. Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
Gone.
See? So if you will find pleasure in it, man, we don't have a problem with it, man, when you see it happen. See? That's why the Lord said put a mark upon the men who sigh and cry.
You all the abomination.
Yes.
And what happened back then, you know, during the time you know, when the Benjamites and basically, you know, run a train or batch upon, you know, the man concubine, Levi concubine. Lord, you can't get it, brother. Because back then, you know, at least back then, people are trying to keep the laws, you know, but now, fast forward to today, you know, we live in this time, we are on our own. The rulership of the so-called white man, the so-called white man laws will govern this earth, you. Right? But this is what happened back then.
Alright, so this is Judges 20 and verse 12.
One.
So, and the tribe of Israel sent men throughout all the tribe of Benjamin, saying, what wickedness is this that is done among you?
One.
Therefore, deliver us the men, right? Deliver us the men, the children of Bilal, right, which are in Gibeah, right, that we may put them to death.
So that's how them did it back then, you know.
He said, and put away evil from Israel.
Because when you do that now, you know, others will basically have an intention there. I'm going to see what happens to people who do these things. And they're going to fear you. Right? Go on, brother.
Right. So, but the children of Benjamin would not hear, would not hearken to the voice of their brethren, the children of Israel.
So them stubborn. They don't want, no.
And them actually are uphold with it, yeah.
She probably better read earlier and say, they which commit such act, and then with what?
Wait, something there.
Read it again.
It says, who knowing the judgment of Yahweh, that they which commit such things are worthy of death.
So then we do this act. Worthy of what? Death. One.
Not only do the same.
Not only do the same. Not
but
only them.
Pleasure in them that do them.
And the man them we have pleasure in them, we do them. So this is what happened, you know, during the time of judges. Right? So the men them now basically want to, you know, do the thing the right way. Or judge the situation the right way. The Benjamites them back then. Right?
Which them should just give them up and say, boy, have them, man. Zin? Put your evil from among Israel, for real. Zin? Well, hey, you're not going to find that go on at this time, man, because I will tell you, say, who run the system, the judicial system, who to come down from the laws, Zin, which are the so-called white man. Zin?
Even him LGBT, XYZ. They even cater for pedophilia.
Right.
And them you know, them are free up certain things now, they make it norm. You see me, I say, buggered, man. These are the men where rewrite your laws, man. You know, and put certain things in the judicial system. You know what I mean? So you're not gonna get no real judgment or no justice.
We need to leave out of this, man.
And what happened? The Benjamites then go to war with the rest of the tribe them. Right? I took a three battle fight, and the last one, you know, I think I said 600 men from the tribe of Benjamin must basically fleeing to the mountain. Right? So every single one of the women them and children get put to death. That's a judgment of the Yahweh Hashem Yashai.
Them almost kill out
the whole tribe nearly wipe out. Just because of that. And them agree with it because guess what? They never want to judge it the right way. So this is what happened back then. Right? Yeah, Benjamin, these so-called Jamaicans, you know, which are male from the tribe of Benjamin, they still have that spirit, yo. Right? As the brother quote scripture earlier and said, not the new one of the sun. Read the scripture earlier and said, not the new one of the sun. Go on, brother.
This is 2 Ezra 15 and verse 7. It says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely committed.
So this is what Yahweh Hashem Yashai said. Right? No hold him tongue no more touching what? Their wickedness. Right? In Isaiah 13 and 11, scripture says, Yahweh Hashem Yashai will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And right now wickedness is how we put, you know, as good thing in the society. You know, and righteousness is that bad thing. Right? But here scripture says, Yahweh Hashem Yashai said not going to hold him tongue no longer. And touching their wickedness, yo. Because we live in the time of the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yashai. Live in a time when Yahweh Hashem Yashai going to pour him wrath upon this wicked society. My brother?
I will hold my tongue no more touching their wickedness, which they profanely committed. Neither will I suffer them in those things, which they wickedly exercise themselves.
Wickedly exercise themselves. One?
Behold, the innocent and righteous blood cried unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
So you say, in Luke the elect cry unto Yahweh Hashem Shai day and night. Don't be along with them. But avenge them speedily. So the day and day we cry unto Yahweh Hashem Shai about all the things that we have to basically be in this society. All the things we our slave master Esau Edom been doing to our people. Right? So that's what the scripture says. Go on, brother.
Verse 9. And therefore, thus saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them.
Done.
And receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them.
That's right, man.
Right. So Yahweh Hashem Shai can avenge yourself.
That's like it's saying in Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Set a mark upon them.
Can bring out that one, can bring out the close enough for that.
Because at the end of the day, and you even go down to show you, say, the Lord now go have pity upon these men. Man. Either you're just like in the time of Benjamin, you hold the young, you know, and little maid, all of them.
This is Ezekiel 9 verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city.
So this is what Yahweh Hashem Shai command the angels in the time to come to do. Go on, brother.
And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem.
And Jerusalem's a people before it become a place. Right?
And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof.
And we are the one we are saying cry. You know, we the men of the Lord, you know, starting from the apostles and the elders and down. We are the one who cry about all the things and wickedness that take place in this society.
I want to see it done.
I want to see this society come to an end. Right, because this is wicked, yo.
Hey, the scripture said the 9 things my heart desire, and the 10 that I left out my mouth. See? A man that have joy of his children and who live to see the fall of his enemy.
Exactly.
See? Because, hey, in a situation like this now, you live in a corrupted environment like this, man. Yeah, you have a youth that grow up. See, this is actually, you have a 5-year-old youth, and you're basically, as a 13-year-old young girl that I grew up in our society like this, and things like that happen to them. See? You can't have no joy your children, because guess what? Them things that happen to them, them are going to feel distracted and, you know, messed up in the mind from a young age. A young and tender age, man. See? You know, fall away enemy, man.
When I see the fall and when we can't have joy in our youth.
Done.
On the words of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abomination that be done, that be done in the midst thereof.
Done.
And to the other he said, in my hearing.
And to the other Israelites, to our people. Right? This is how it will take place. My time to come, go on.
Listen. He said, in my hearing, go ye after him. See? Go ye after him through the city and smite, let not your eyes fear, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
And the word mark is to go back to the Hebrew word tawa, which basically means exempt from judgment. Exempt from Yahweh Hashem Shai judgment they will bring upon this wicked society. Right? One?
And begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that message all praises and honor to Yahweh Hashem Shai and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Men Stone. Shalom to all our brothers and out there, push his throat. Sincerity in all honesty. Shalom.